Okay, so we'll talk a little bit about social media management and the job market. It's a continuation of another discussion on the response to one of George Hemminger's videos, and how somebody was not hired because they apparently had some, Alex Jones style, birther style stuff on their personal website. It was viewed by the human resource people in a place that we're trying to get a job at. And I used to live in California, and I know that because I was pretty forthcoming with a lot of people that I proposed to work for, they judge me based on maybe something I published or groups I was associated with. When I lived in the South, I was definitely judged on the basis of a lot of stuff, both positively and negatively later, because I lived in very much Bible Belt area. I was associated with Christian organizations, and that got a lot of people to take sides on issues. And so with a lot of jobs, I saw it. I really saw it. There was one job where I know that somebody was trying to set me up on a situation where they wanted to kind of put a bad mark on me for giving somebody religious advice when I was working with a social service agency. And it was just an internship position, but I gave advice, and if they had a problem with it, then that's them, not me. Okay, and they chose to live in the area they chose to live in. They knew that it was basically a Southern Baptist evangelical dominated area, and if they wanted to have beliefs in opposition to that, California is free for them to move to. Yeah, but they chose to do that in a part of the South where I lived, and so they fired me. I made my phone calls, and their organization got some funding pulled, and that's just the way it goes. So people do take sides in the world. That's the way it is, and that's it. You don't necessarily make apologies for that. But when somebody's asking for a lot of that stuff up front, and they're kind of holding their cards back and not disclosing what their organization's beliefs may be, or the people associated with the organization, or somebody thinks somebody's just playing it, then I gotta say that maybe you should consider not applying for them. I know that there's a lot of people hurting for employment right now, but you also need to look at who and what you choose to associate with in your day-to-day life, and if the people and the organizations that you associate with in day-to-day life want to just kind of trade the jive back and forth. Everybody's talking to jive, and nobody seems to want to help anybody make a living. Then guess what? You associate with the wrong organization. And I learned that the hard way, okay? When I associated with some people with some somewhat political organizations in California, and I gotta say conservative organizations can be some of the worst for this. And one of the reasons why the Democrats is so politically strong in this country is they fully understand the meaning of co-supporting the people that are in the program. The people that are in their political movements it's not just financial support in the form of handouts and donations, but which really just creates dependence. But if they can trade dependence for political loyalty, they'll do it. They'll be happy to do it. But they also make sure quite often that their own people, they become employed, or their business will succeed, or they push contracts in the right direction. And with a lot of conservative believing people, there tends to be a lot of predatory behavior right within a lot of the organizations. A lot of people trying to hustle people on something which is, you know, not profitable and not co-productive and not very cooperative. And so you have to look at the circles of people you're involved with on all that stuff. And if your social media isn't helping you also make a living,
at the end of the road,
you know, maybe you need to change something on that. I mean, if you look at Alex Jones and his social media, okay, there's people trying to sell stuff, and is some of it goofy? Yeah, but a lot of it's just real. You know, like the Berkey water filter people, they advertise on a lot of that stuff. I know somebody who's pretty involved in a lot of multi-level marketing stuff. Some's better than others, but one of the things on that is that they also have an Amazon link on their website. You know, pretty conventional stuff. And I am at my next job, so we've got to turn this off and get on with some other work.